when setting an on-ball screen, we would like to look at several simple options to make our reads easier that will work on almost any on-ball screen. It is simply a matter of recognizing how the defense is responding to the ball handler, and then you making the correct read and executing on that. The reads that we would like to look at are the roll, the dive, the slip, the pop, and the twist. So I will do my best to demonstrate those using these circles. So ball handler, primary ball handler is up here, black 1. We're going to be setting an on-ball screen with number 4, probably a big over here, and we're going to camp a shooter out right there in that corner. So we're going to have this ball's right here, and as we come to set this screen, the first thing we're going to look at is a roll. And this is kind of the first look that most of us are taught as we're growing up. So what it's going to look like is we're coming to set this, and we're going to look at with a switch. So we get an over-aggressive jump on our switch as they're kind of waiting for our guard. So as we come over the top, we get this over-aggressive jump, or maybe a jump that happened too soon. So now that our big, we have a smaller player on our backside, we're going to release to the rim or to an empty spot. So as we attack, we're then looking for a pass option coming to there. And that's usually a bounce pass, probably a left-hand bounce pass in this particular situation, or we fake low and we go high, and it's up to the 4. Once the 4 catches that ball, it's a simple 1-2 step finish. And if we do draw that next layer of defense, then we need to know our pass options and our release options. And that's where we can get easy assists out to our 3-point shooters. And we call this an inside-out 3. We will shoot an inside-out 3 all day long. Most coaches, almost all coaches that I know, will definitely accept inside-out 3s. So that's the roll. And again, this is kind of the bread and butter. So this will work not just on an over-aggressive switch or a switch that's too soon, but the roll will also work on if we're getting sagged or gapped or zoned. So we come and set that on-ball screen right on that back hip, and instead of following that play, they're going to zone up their big or sag on the big, trying to get this on-ball defender, give them some room or her room to operate. So as we come through, we use that screen tightly, and we start to come in, we get to this area right here. Well, again, this defender's forced to pick up ball. So as the 4 leaves home base to pick up ball, which is a mismatch in itself, again, our big will get the smaller player on their backside, and now we're looking to roll to the rim. And now it's just a simple little bounce pass into our roller. So the roll is a great look if you've got the size advantage, or you're really strong and you've got some good angle sense, where you can create space either to the rim, or another option on the roll, which it kind of gets closer to the pop, which is what we're going to look at in a little bit, is we're going to get to here, and then we kind of roll out to the gap area, and we looked for a jump shot over there. So we'll get to that shortly, though. So that's the roll. We'll be attaching video that will support what the roll looks like. The dive is essentially the exact same, with the difference of which foot we're executing the pivot on. So as we come to this location and then we need to change direction, we can do so on either our foot that's closest to the rim, or the highest foot that's closest to the half court line. if we are going to roll and we are going to open, I'll try and show you a little bit with an arrow, and we're going to open this way. So this is going to be our face. So if we're going to roll that way, then that's going to be our bottom foot is going to be, so the foot closest. All right. We also have the dive, which is the opposite. So same move, but instead of a bottom foot reverse pivot, we're actually going to use the top foot front, or the bottom foot front pivot. All right. So again, our supporting video will clear that up for you. Very effective move if you find that you're a little bit more athletic or a little bit quicker. We can use this to create a little extra space than the roll. If you want to keep the defender on your backside, then the roll is the better option. If you're a little bit more of an athletic, dynamic player where you kind of want to get to space to create options, then the dive is a really nice option. And for the dive, think Dwight Howard. So we also have the pop, which is really, really common, especially with today's game where everybody's a shooter. So if you've got that range and you're able to shoot the ball, the pick and pop is an excellent option. So we're going to come up, we're going to set a good on-ball screen right there. This player is going to, let's say they can sag it even on that. We're going to come over the top. As that happens, let's say they mess up their communication. They decide to double. Well, instead of rolling to the rim, we're going to actually just flare out or pop out. And now it's, again, nice little bounce pass or an over-the-top pass for an open three. So if you've got that shooting ability, you can pick and then you pop out to the perimeter or away from the defenders. You want to find the open spot, and then a good guard is going to be able to get you that basketball for your shot. So we've looked at the pick and roll, the pick and dive, the pick and pop. If you're playing a team that doesn't fully understand pick and roll defense, the slipping is a great way to take advantage of that weakness. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to show you two different ways. Use some lines first to show you. Is we're going to come, and on my way or on the way up this four, they're probably showing their left fist, and they're yelling, "Screen! I got you, number one, I got you." And then right at the last second, before they actually set the screen, they then dive hard to the rim. All right. And that's their cut. So this person now is going to try and they jump over the top. Maybe they're too aggressive. That's why that worked. So we're setting the screen. Everybody thinks that the screen is going to be set, and they want to look to hard hedge that. This is a really good option for that, where they come over and they want to hard hedge. So as that's happening, set the screen. I got you. And then right here where this happens, we look to slip and go to the rim, and we leave this person out here. And again, it's up to the guard to make that good pass or that good attacking move from the slip. So the slip is essentially a fake screen. You're faking the screen. You're going to get just about to the point of setting it, and then you just pivot and cut hard to the rim. And you should find yourself open. The last option we're going to look at here is a twist or a rescreen. So we're going to set a screen. I'm going to use my lines right here on this one. Boom. So we've got that happening. And the 4 is going to, the green 4, not really too much of an issue right now. What's going to happen is we're going to tack over. But this person's actually able to fight over the screen as well. So we're not going to get anything from that. So I'm just going to manipulate the pieces here. So really we're out here in the screen situation. Our ball handler is now over here with the ball, and their defender has actually jumped and cut him off. So we weren't actually able to get too much out of that screen. So what we'd do there is we would jump. So our back would go from facing one sideline. We would jump, and our back would now be facing roughly the other sideline. And now we're going to rescreen that action. So hit that rescreen. And now it's up to 1 to again come off of that, and we're looking to turn the corner. And boom, that person's now going to get hit and hung up on the second screen. So they might have fought over the first one and we didn't get anything that we wanted. And if we're pretty crafty and we're good on ball screeners, we can twist or rescreen, and we just run that same action back the other way. And one of those actions will probably get you that advantage or miscommunication or delay that you're looking for. So again, no matter what your screen is or where it is, if you're an on-ball screener, look to use several simple reads. We have the pick and roll, the pick and dive, the pick and pop, the slip, and the twist or rescreen. And if you can make those reads easily and know how to execute them, you will score extra points in a game. You will create extra offense for your teammates. It will be noticed. You will become a much more effective player on the offensive side. It will also allow you to be a better defender in your own pick and roll defense because you know the reads. You will be able to anticipate the same thing that you're trying to set up on the opposite team. So I hope you enjoyed some of these reads. Please check out the supporting document that goes with this, as well as the supporting videos that also go with this. So pick and roll, last week we looked at how to receive the on-ball screen. This week is setting the on-ball screen. And next week we're going to look at the interaction between the two. Have a wonderful week.